Hey, so can you start selling on Amazon FBA using the private label model with little or no money? Now, little means say $500 to $1,000 and no money means with $0. So in this video, I'm going to answer this question, and also I'm going to give you a few examples that are connected to this question. And also I'll tell you about the ways that you can actually make money with $0 on Amazon, but with private label, it's a bit impossible because I don't know of any ways. If you do know any ways of selling private label with zero invested dollars, let me know in the comments. So let's start the video. My name is Vova. I'm an active seller on Amazon. Been selling there since late 2016, specifically using the private label model. So I have some experience and I want to share it with you. So let's start the video. So you cannot start private label with no money because you will need to buy inventory for the least. And you also need to create the pictures for your product. You will also need to create the copywriting, to find those keywords, to put them into converting copy, amongst the other things for private label. So there's no way I know in this world to make it a little investment. And of course you can start with a little investment. So as we mentioned, $500 to $1,000. But realistically, I'll break it down for you. And in my opinion, it's very hard because think about it. You'll need to order the product, right? And let's say that your product costs you $1 to manufacture and to ship to Amazon US. And luckily you can sell it for $20, making whooping $15 profit, right? With a very high return on investment. Well, in this case, this is possible because you will bring in small amount of inventory to Amazon. You will sell this amount of inventory, and because the return on investment is that high and you get money that much faster because you profit a lot from this product, you will then be able to get paid by Amazon in order for you to order more stock, and you can actually turn around this little $1,000 that you've invested into more and more and more. And that's what you should be aiming for. That's the way to do it on Amazon. And that's my biggest mistake by far, is not understanding this thing that's called return on investment, amongst many other things like inventory management and conversion rates and whatever there is on Amazon. However, if you really get inside this ROI parameter very in depth, I can't really tell you for sure that you will be successful on Amazon, but at least you will be closer because you'll understand and be more connected to your numbers. But generally, it's very hard to start, say, with $1,000 worth of inventory. And let me explain you why. Because many times you will start selling your product, yes, and even if the sales catch up, it will take a bit for Amazon to pay you your salary. And it takes about 2 weeks, and well, it depends on the account as well. Older accounts have the option to withdraw money daily. As far as I know, I never had this kind of account, but I know that they're worth a lot of money. For those who have accounts, seller accounts from the year 2016 and beforehand, they can be sold for a few good $1,000, as for now at least. However, this thing is that you will need extra inventory, right? Because you're selling out, you're selling well, you need to get more inventory in. That means you will need to order more products because you're now selling more. So those initial 500 units that you started with are not enough now. You're gonna need 1,000 units, for example, or maybe even more because the sales have caught up that well. And for this, you'll need extra investment of money. You see, that's why if you have only $1,000, say, for Amazon FBA, it's still doable. Yes, you can still do it very cheaply, get the products done here for cheap, you get the copywriting done here for cheap, you order cheap products with high return on investment, and yes, there is a room for making it, but realistically, it's very hard. It's still doable, but very hard. Yes, the better option would be actually having more funds and money with you so you can cover that second shipment at least, at the minimum least. I mean, if you have 500 products that you're getting inside of Amazon and you are aware that they will sell because you did your market research, you did competitor research and all of this stuff, so you know that, well, I'm bringing 500 units to the market, that means I'll be able to sell, say, since that's an SMS, say 10 units daily. That means I'm gonna have inventory for 50 days, all right? And if it takes me 30 days to create the inventory and ship it extra 30 days, then I'm already in problems when I start. So that means you have to order more inventory pretty much straight away, very fast, right? With time, of course, with your second, maybe third product, you'll understand the inventory management thing. And I'll have an inventory management expert at the channel here, hopefully soon. She's a really nice woman named Orion. I'm trying to set up her to come share her wisdom with us, Orion Avidan, and hopefully it happens soon so we can all get better inventory management. But that's about the expenses and the second shipment that you have to cover. So realistically, starting Amazon FBA private label with zero money or little money is very hard. With zero money, impossible, because you have to invest in products, yes, and we'll get to the part where I share a few ways to make money on Amazon without investing money, but that's not private label, at least not in the way that I do it, because we need to order a product, we need to do the photo shooting of the product, there's also the PPC, the pay-per-click advertisements on Amazon, and no way in the world that it can be free. With little money, yes, it's possible, although very hard. I would really recommend you not quitting your day job when you start being an Amazon seller, because it's impossible in my opinion. Well, nothing is impossible, but very hard. When you don't even know the system yet, it's not that you become an Amazon seller and tomorrow you quit your job. I wish that it happens to you, but realistically, you will have to work because you'll need the cash flow. You'll need more money to fuel up this business. Once it catches up, and if your returns on investments are very big, say you put in $1 and you get out of $5, you're in a good position. Yes, in any business, I think, but in Amazon specifically, that's pretty good numbers. So think about it. I would say at least aim for $1 put in, $1 out. That means for every dollar that you put in, you will get $1 of profit. That's about 100% return on investment, which puts you in a very nice position. If you achieve this kind of number, say after your expenses on ad cost, you're in a good place. Because think about it, you invest $1,000, you get a pure $1,000. You get the $1,000 back into your business along with all the money, and it starts building up very fast. It will kind of double itself if you are able to stand in these numbers, and even more if you improve your listing, improve your Amazon game, and generally improve your money flow game. Really, for me, it's been the biggest problem, the cash flow, understanding how it works together in a harmony with inventory management. It's, in my opinion, very interesting, not easy, but it's something you will have to learn in the process. And amongst other stuff, as I mentioned, you have to pay for like photographers, listing optimizations, etc. Now, as for a few ways to make money on Amazon without investing, well, there's the dropshipping model that I haven't personally used. You can also take your own things that you no longer use and sell it on Amazon, like clothes or some stuff you have at home. Actually, by the way, in the description, I'm gonna link a video by Trevin Peterson. Trevin is also an Amazon seller. He does YouTube here. And this video kind of explains how you can make money on Amazon without investing money. Generally, if you need money for your private label, this video will help you understand what you can do with the stuff you have at home in order to sell it on Amazon. Now, I'll tell you that if you're an international seller, it's gonna be a bit more hard, because if you're, say, living in the United States, you can simply list your product on Amazon and then it's gonna be much easier. However, if you're an international seller, then it's gonna be harder for you to ship out the products. It's still doable, but that's one of the ways when you take your own stuff and sell it on Amazon or in other places, because trust me, you have a lot of stuff at home that you're not using that might be sold for money on the internet, and hopefully it's going to be helpful. The video is going to be down there with much more information about this. I think it's a good video by Trevin, so I do recommend you enjoying it. So one last time, it's going to be very hard to start Amazon FBA without money as in a private label, and it's going to be hard to start it with a little money invested. And if you're like, well, Vova, how much do we need to start? I will say you realistically, again, it might work for you with $1,000, but I say put at least 5-10K aside for this business project. And that means if you're starting small, if you're someone that's more experienced, who has more experience with e-commerce, maybe you've sold in other areas in e-commerce, like other marketplaces like eBay or whatever that is, it's easier for you. But for somebody like me who started with no knowledge on e-commerce, then having like $5K aside with a day job that still pays you and you can invest money from this job into this business will be a realistic point to start. Take it to your own place. It might be, again, less. It might start with $1,000. As I mentioned, just order little inventory, like maybe 100 pieces of a $2 product that sells for $50, for example. Then yes, of course, you will be able to sell it quickly, hopefully, or at least it will sell with huge returns on investment. Like for $2 you put in, you get like $20 out. Yes, that's awesome. And even with small amounts, it's going to be doable. But scalability, still, you will need money. Yes, the money will come back to you because you get that much money from your sales. You'll be able to buy more inventory and ship in more inventory before that inventory runs out. But realistically, you will need your own money and your own investments in order to make it work. And I wish that it works for you. Now up here, I have a playlist with my other FBA tactics for Amazon FBA. Over 100 videos here, quick to watch if you wanna improve your Amazon FBA game. If you have any comments, drop them, ask me, let's talk. Like the video if you're here, and may you have an awesome life. Bye-bye.